I was born in Bombay, India, to a Muslim family, and we moved to Morgantown, West Virginia when I was 10. I grew up as a Muslim from my earliest days. I learned the prayers for protection. I learned the prostrations for submission to the divine and a connection to God. I was a good Muslim girl. I followed the rules. I never asked my mother for permission to go to a dance. I never asked for permission to date. I really accepted the destiny that they had set me upon. So yeah, my name's Asra Nomani, and I grew up here in Morgantown. I wanted to hear from you all what your impressions are of a woman within Islam, from both the media, your own experiences. What's your image?
They're really not like, they always have to be covered when they go out, or they just have, it seems like the man kind of tells them what to do all the time.
What else? I left Morgantown after college. I jetted from city to city as a reporter for the Wall Street Journal. I didn't feel like there was a place for me as a woman in Islam. I had a real crisis of faith. I was living in Karachi, Pakistan after September 11th. I had fallen in love with a Pakistani Muslim man. My friend Danny Pearl came to visit me on January 23rd and never returned from an interview that was actually a kidnapping plot. As his wife and I searched to find Danny, I discovered that I was pregnant. My boyfriend, though, had abandoned me and didn't plan to be with me as a father. And I had to do the unthinkable and call my mother. But when my mother told my father, he wept, but he didn't weep because of his own shame. He wept for fear of what I and my son would have to endure as a woman within my faith to be an unwed mom. And so he sent me then a simple email, and it said, "I love you," and that was it. So I returned to Morgantown, this big, and my family then became my window into my faith. It was my parents who first held my baby. It was my father who first whispered the call to prayer that a father is supposed to whisper into the ear of their newborn son. And I was convinced that my son would come out with scars on his face from the tears that had run through me. You know, the tears, when you weep so hard, you swallow your tears. I was convinced that those tears would have run through my son because of this crime of having created him that I believed I had done. And yet he came out so radiant, he came out so perfect, that when I looked at him, I realized that the divine forces, whatever they are, had given me a new chance.
Let us. 1, 2, 3. I love her. I love my grandchildren. Also, I believe in open mind. Let everybody discover oneself.
There.
Here?
Yeah.
What color?
Green.
Green.
Yeah.
Choosing to have my baby and to keep my son was a defining moment. At that moment, I chose the light over the dark path, and I chose that, in fact, I was going to go for the best of the religion, not the worst. It took a real journey to find out that, in fact, I could be the woman that I am within my faith and not have to compromise.